Good late afternoon, everybody. Some would call it evening, some would call it day. Some would say, I'm really worried I forgot something before this stream. But I figured let's go for it anyway, because today we're lighting up the world. One of the big projects I've been working on is lighting up the entire Xbox 360 sized part of my Minecraft world. And I've done a pretty decent job of this. You can see how, looking across pretty much any land area, it's covered and it's bright, and even at night, it looks pretty much like it's day. However, in spite of this being true, you can see there's a few areas, such as that mountain over there, the top of my house, the top of that N cube, this little area right here, that aren't entirely covered, and that's why today I figured we'd make some progress on trying to do that. So let's go ahead, let's place our torches down on this island first of all. Which honestly, like, I could do them in the grid pattern, but I think for an island this size, and you know, indeed for some endstone cubes and stuff, rather than going for a perfect shape, also look how many mobs spawn in the dark areas, it's crazy. Instead of going in like a, shape, let's just try to like cover close to the edge of the island in a rough pattern, and then from major land masses, we'll stick to the perfect grid. If you don't know, placing torches, there's like a perfect grid you can use. You're meant to use every other torch on the grid, but I use every single one because, you know, I'm balling in torches. And it looks something like this. So yeah, we can go to sleep actually, because it's much easier to do this in the daytime when there's no mobs. So hello, I'm IBX Toy Cat. How is your evening, internet? Are you doing good? I hope you're doing good. If you're not doing good, I hope that improves. It is the 23rd of December today, which some people call Christmas Eve. No, Christmas Adam, apparently. Like, I called it the Eve of Christmas Eve or something like that on Twitter. And some people are like, oh, I call it Christmas Adam. And I thought someone was just being quirky when they said that. And then I saw another person say it, and then another person, and then it repeated a few times. And I realized that, oh, that's a common thing that people call it, huh? Like, because Adam comes before Eve. And, like, ignoring that that's, like, throwing, you know, like, biblical references. You know what? Did Adam come before Eve? You know, I don't know that that's true. I don't... Honestly, how many people do you know called Eve? And how many people do you know called Adam? If I invite two... You know what? The only way to find this out is... it's like that fun joke, like, you know what? I've just ordered a chicken on an egg from Amazon. I'll let you know. Ha ha ha. Get it? Because big philosophical debates. Although, it's, you know, it's kind of dumb because people say I talk about philosophy a lot on this channel. The reason that I'm not like a philosophy guy, the reason it's not my major field of interest, is because I find like almost every big question that you can like raise in hypothetical form has just an actual answer that isn't hypothetical. Like, hypotheticals are really great when we're talking about unknowns. Like, hypothetically, if you died and there was nothing, would life be worthless? You know, is a life only worthwhile if there's an afterlife? If we know for sure that when we die there is one, it's like, well, it's less valuable of a question. Yeah, actually, that's a bad example, because that's literally one of the great unknowns that humans will probably never know for sure, beyond our current understanding of like, oh yeah, you're dead in the ground or something religious. But if you take like, you know, the example of like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Oh, ho, 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 ho. It's like, well, you know, there is an answer. Like, the things that, the precursors to chickens must have, you know, like, gave birth to an egg that would have become what we now expect as a chicken. So the egg came before the chicken. You know, who came first, Adam or Eve? You know what? Depends on your view. But, like, technically, you know, are they even real people, or is it a metaphor, man? You ever think about that? You ever think about that? Am I meant to say that on the internet? I don't think you are. I think that's heresy. But speaking of heresy, thank you very much for the tip, my good friend Bill Tube. Imagine lighting a 16 million by 16 million world. You know, I agree, that'd be pretty ridiculous. Also, I'll give you another $1 if you say hi, Sebastian and Ben. Also, you got my email. Merry Christmas, says Cheesebee. Hello, Sebastian and Ben. Your names are very, very fancy. You know what, Sebastian? You have high hopes on you. Ben, you know what? You get to do what you want with your life. You know, as long as you don't kill people, I'm sure someone will be happy with it. So, yeah, we're gonna be following the grid by placing torches into this little dark area right there, and then across to there if we can. Can we? I don't know. Let's find out by placing them and doing this. So next is 101, then 107, and so on and so forth. So, just had a Five Guys yesterday, says Lucas Gribben. You know, that's an entirely unrelated fact to the stream. Usually I'd be like, you know, why'd you do that? Is that the new I'm Welsh? But Five Guys is great. I wish Five Guys was my Christmas tradition. Like, ooh, Five Guys. I could really go for a Five Guys right now. I can't, quite literally, because there's not one inside my local area. But You know what? Fun fact. Okay, so we're going to go to 100... Okay, you know what? We're just going to place the next ones on this little wall. Yeah, honestly, lighting up places like this are just so hard to do naturally. Also, look at this little cave. That's interesting. There's so many weird quirks. Like, even in a tiny world, there's so many things that you only find out about years later. Like that cave we found for the first time yesterday. That are always very interesting. So what are you talking about, says Tyler Dunstan. We're talking about the moon landings. I hear they're fake. Some people say they're real. Let's have a debate.
Happy Christmas Eve. Here is your early Christmas Eve present, aka your allowance.
See, personally, also, you're not calling if not that I'm a parent. Don't get me wrong here. Not a parent, can't pass any judgment. But like calling an allowance, calling a Christmas gift an allowance is like, you know what, that something feels weird about that. I just want to mention that. But thank you very much. Like if my parent was like, oh yeah, for Christmas I got your allowance, and it's like, no. That's not acceptable. I will take you to the International Court of Human Rights, and this will be upheld as not okay. Did Longboy get extended? Says Cat Beanie. They sent me an email today asking if I wanted to. I wonder if they just did it. I wonder. Huh? Yeah. The Longboy's available for another week. They said something like a lot of people had emailed them asking to buy it after Christmas because like they were getting some they said Christmas money, which makes me fashion like, you know, who gets Christmas money? You know, I guess I'm getting Christmas money from people like Pookie Helms, thank you for the 9.99, and Cheese B, thank you for the 99 cents. I appreciate your Christmas givings. So because it's Christmas, one of the you know, like this is my like not a very Christmassy Christmas for me, but that's fine. You know what even is a Christmassy Christmas? If you really think about it, is there any point in doing anything because you know, like isn't it all just arbitrary and made up to make us feel better? And the answer is yes, and that's okay. But also, if it's all arbitrary anyway, why don't I take the Christmas elements and take them anyway? This was a tip I got semi-recently, and I figured, you know, let's roll with it, right? Let's roll with it. So I have myself a bottle. Actually, wait. The bottle's invisible because it's green. Oh god, I did not consider that would happen. Okay, so webcam. We're gonna turn off this. Hello, look. I got myself a bottle of Bucks Fizz. Chat, tell me right now. Have you ever heard of? Wait, I'll show you the label. Bucks Fizz. Have you ever heard of Bucks Fizz? Tell me yes or no. Because to me, this is like a Christmas drink. Like in the same way everyone's talking about eggnog as their Christmas drink, this is my distinctly Christmas drink. Like Bucks Fizz equals yes Christmas. And my theory is that it's British, but I'd be willing to bet that I'm wrong. We got a lot of no's. We have Bucks Fizz on the sink, like 5 bottles. Yeah, right. I imagine, especially in a place with an even more heavy drinking culture, like why would you not continuously? I got myself a bottle of nothing, says Mother Russia. You know, I know that vodka's just potatoes and water, but you can't call it nothing. That's just inaccurate to your culture. It's just misleading. It's just fake. Speaking of misleading and fake, we're now going to place all the torches under here. Man, it feels so ugly to, like, just have this little torch island. I think we should cover it in torches later or something. Because, like, placing them so uglily like this, like, ruins the grid otherwise. It's like Baby Sham and Lemonade, says Ice Maiden. Never heard of it, says Trey Morrison. You know what? You're missing out, Trey Morrison. I guess you're not missing out if you haven't even heard of it. But you know what? Whoever hasn't told you about it, they're missing out. Is it safe to eat earwax? It's gotta be safe to eat earwax. You know what? Eat some earwax and get back to me. So we'll go this way to 107, and that way we'll have gone 60 blocks, which is the same as going. Yeah, that works. So 107, and then once we get 107, we'll add another 12 blocks, which would be 119, and then we go another 6 blocks, which is 125. And then we got the grid placed here. So we have to make sure that lines up, which is almost impossible to do from this far away. Yeah, that's not... Yeah, this is correctly lined up, I think. So now we do the 6x6 over here, too. 117. Nice. And then also 129. And then we'll get back to the grid. While we talk about things like Cat. Thank you. Also, by the way, so I got some Bucks Fizz. I got some Bucks Fizz. Do you want to see... Wait, do you want to see something cool? I have a wall behind my green screen. It's going to blow you away what it looks like. Controversial opinion, vodka isn't that good. The thing about vodka is it just doesn't taste like anything. That's why people like it, because they want to get drunk, but they don't want to... Look at this, chat. Look at this. It's crazy. There's a wall behind there. Yeah. Now it's a blue screen. Santa Hat says Myra 5. You know, I know it's Myra V, but I'm still gonna call you Myra 5, just so it doesn't look like I made a mistake right there. Like, no, because you're Myra the 5th. Myra the 5th of November. You need to paint that wall green. Yeah, when so I'm looking into getting a new house in the near future, or maybe the far future. You know, in the medium-term future. I've been looking a lot recently, let's just put it that way. And one of the things that I am gonna do immediately is probably paint an entire room green, so I can just use the room as a green screen. I don't think it works that way because paint is too fluorescent and lights don't work perfectly. But the plan is that. Will that work? Is that a good plan? These are questions that just no one can know the answer to. It's entirely unknowable. But yeah, I like the idea a lot. What do you think of Stars to Stars' response to cheating? So, did I had dreamed my list of banned words? Because I think that's hilarious if that was actually censored. But because I was considering doing it, I had a suggestion from a particular moderator. Double it up as a feature wall. Oh, you know, there's a lot of things I've been considering, like just dumb ideas. Like I want to have a whole room just for VR, because okay, you know, can I talk about one of my big desires in life? People, I know, like, it's really common, especially like it's fed by people by the media and stuff, because like we should want things. The more things we want, the better we are as a society at fulfilling the needs and wants of other people. Sure, maybe you can argue it's capitalism gone wild, whatever your opinion is, but we you know like people, like when you watch Sweet 16, it's like, yeah, look how rich this teenager is. Don't you want to be this rich? Don't you want to work hard so you can be as rich as this sport teenager complaining they got an Audi for their birthday because they can't be seen in an Audi? They wanted to have at least a I don't even know, a Range Rover. I don't know cars, honestly. So like, you know, being taught that like we be consumed, that's good. It's a great thing, but to me, the thing I value most, besides like having a stable house and like being able to, honestly, I like being able to travel when I want. Obviously, have to not say that during these times. But the thing I would value more than anything else is just having a room that is blank. Having a room with nothing in it. I would love that so much. I've hung out in someone's, actually I told you about the drug house where there was nothing in there. But also once, one of my friends who was moving out of his house, and on the last day when all his furniture was moved out, he had a party in there. And just sitting in an empty room, you know, we were all like, you know, having a beverage or two. Nothing brought me more joy than the simplicity of that. I like novel experiences, and in a world where everything is filled with stuff, the novel experience is the lack of stuff. That's maybe controversial, maybe not controversial. Maybe that's just very clear and obvious to everyone. I don't know for sure. I just know that's what I like. So I thought you said Aldi. I thought I was going to say Lidl. You know what? I didn't want to go to Aldi for my birthday. I wanted to go to Lidl. Lidl is the superior discount chain. It's interesting because out of Aldi and Lidl in the UK, I'm a way bigger fan of Aldi, personally. You know what? I'm just saying. Also, I realize I say Aldi and Aldi the same, even though they're clearly different words. Although they're both German brands, so it's basically the same. Yeah, but what do you think about the thing response to cheating? I decided to watch a little bit, so I figured, like, you know what, I'm interested. That zombie is gonna row his boat somewhere, huh? I prefer Lidl because of the bakery. Oh yeah, the Lidl bakery is one of the best. You know, actually, Katie, I think you've switched me back. I think I'd like to have a Lidl near me, but I want to also do my like shopping at Aldi. You know, like, you know, we'll leave the zombie be. Let's not stop him being what he wants to be. Also, I want my Xmas back. Can't believe my lack of cheese is preventing me from Christmas. I'm just saying, cheese and crackers is a key part of Christmas. If you can't have cheese and crackers, then it's not that I've taken away your Christmas. It's that you never had Christmas. It was all a lie. It was all a lie. But yeah, with regards to the dream scandal thing, I watched a little bit of the video, and a lot of it was appeals to it's like it's this whole like, it's this interesting thing in statistics, right? In that you can reframe an argument and then use an expert to do so. And all he had to do was just because again, I'm a big proponent of we should like not believe people did things until it's reasonable, you know, beyond a reasonable doubt. You know, the whole legal system. I think that punishing one, my personal opinion, and the opinion of the legal system as a whole is it's better to let 10 people who did something bad go free than it is to arrest one person wrongfully. You know, wrongful use of force is worse than wrongful lack of use of force. Perhaps we could argue. And so the whole video was just kind of like, ooh, well, who knows for sure what the odds really are? What if we change the odds like this? What if we change the odds like this? And it's like, well, the green screen paint is more expensive than regular paint, says Janelle Brooker. I mean, if it allows me to not have a bulky green screen though, like, you know how much effort this thing is to raise and lower? If it allows me to avoid that, then, you know, why not? Don't forget the matte green paint, or paint a matte top color of the green. Oh yeah, I learned from this wall that like, oh yeah, paint is shiny by default. I'm an idiot for not knowing that. And my friend who painted it is an idiot for not telling me. I'm not an idiot. I guess he just... I told him what I was going to do with it, and I guess he was just like, I'm just going to cash the check. I'm not gonna mention the issue. Or maybe he didn't think about it. Maybe he doesn't know how green screens work. Maybe it is like common knowledge, or like it's a widespread misconception that all you need is green paint. Light a candle. You know what? All I want to do is light a candle. It's been a while since I lit a candle on the green screen. Actually, those were some fun times, huh? You know, I miss inhaling a lit candle and burning my nose hairs. So with that said, I think it's really interesting that all you like. This is how the generic YouTuber apology has to work. When it's clear that you actually, let's say celebrity apology. When it's clear you have done a thing, and you know you've done the thing, or if it's clear you've done the thing and you know you haven't done the thing and can't convince people, all you got to do is cast reasonable doubt. And it's very easy to find reasonable doubt, especially with like statistics, right? And there goes your issue, right? There goes your issue. There are lots of video game cheaters who still effectively get away with it because you can, if you simplify a complex issue, you can make it seem like, you know, it's hard to simplify a complex issue in your favor, but it's easy to simplify a complex issue in such a way that it could, you know, you can be like, well, it could be anyone who did this. You know, tell me, are people locked up every day for wrongful crimes? Oh, they are? Turns out the justice system is unlegit, and that's why just because my, just because my prison records say I'm a serial killer, it doesn't mean that's true. And it's like, okay then, okay. So let's place a torch over here next. I know it's weird placing stone there, but we kind of have to. And let's do this. We're really lighting up the whole world, huh? Yeah, I'm lighting up the entire Minecraft Xbox 360 classic-sized world. If you've been following since the 360 days, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the reason I turned down my green screen, the reason I did that, is because I want to drink some Bucks Fizz. It's Christmas, and oh no, I've got so much to live for. Not live for. I've got so much to live for. So I got myself a bottle of Bucks Fizz, which is a British Christmas drink. It is also, thank you, oh no, 2403, or rather, you're welcome. I'm glad I made your day. So my plan here is I don't actually know how any of this works, but I'm gonna try my best. Okay, so that comes off there, and then there's a little bit of foil. I hate bottles that are hard to open. Like, just give me my drink. And then there's a little cage on top of this. Oh god, there are so many steps to what's going on here. Thank you very much, by the way, to Pat Merriman. For the $5 also. I think my daughter's a contrarian. You think your hobby is a contrarian. Every time I try to convince her to use the potty, she just says no. You know what you gotta say is, don't use the potty. Please don't. I'll be mad if you do. That's my life pro tip. So there's like a thing we gotta twist here. And then, oh, I think this is where it launches, right? Oh no, it's not gonna launch yet. How many steps is there to it? I just want to drink the liquid. And then we gotta get the cork out. It's gonna go flying, I imagine.
Tried to tip during your End Road stream, but Streamlabs required a login. Still sad my wife's name isn't immortalized there. Have some money for being a wholesome dude.
Thank you very much, by the way. To long time man, it said like don't point it in your face, and I was like, I don't mind a little bit of pressure, but that went missing. It hit the ceiling. It hit one of my paintings, and then it bounced down. Well, that's fun. Anyway, we tried. So thank you very much, long time lurker. I'm glad you've been enjoying the live streams. It's you know, in response to the whole like, you know, lurking thing, I know lurker is a common term for it, but like if you don't want to chat and hang out, I never want to explicitly call you out. And the fact that you've enjoyed them and I didn't know about that, honestly, I'm glad I know about it now. I'm glad you liked the end stream. I'm sorry you didn't get a sign placed there. But a cool thing, to everyone who did place a sign during the End Road stream, fun fact, you'll be able to see your sign in the map download, which is soon. I told the whole story yesterday. It's a whole nightmare of a thing. But yeah, that's soon. You'll be able to. I'm glad you didn't die. You made me, that made me jump, lol, says Fun56. He's drunk for sure, says Straight Street. How would I be drunk if I didn't open the bottle of Christmas liquid? Like, what sense does that make? Like, oh yeah, I get drunk by I get drunk by touching the bottle. Like, you know. So in case you're curious, this is according to the bottle, this is sparkling white wine and clementine juice. So clementines, I think, is another British word actually. They're like a little baby orange. I don't know what the American version of that is. Since I don't need to drive on Christmas anymore, I'm gonna grab some Bucks Fizz. You know, if you think about it, right? No policeman's gonna arrest you. No, that's a terrible line of logic. But if you think about it, then that's the real lesson of the day. Also, look how blue this water is. Like, it's perfectly blue. It's really tangerine or cutie. Maybe you could add his wife's sign in the future. That's, oh, wait. Oh, the wife. I missed that. I only read the first bit and the second bit. Still sad my wife's name isn't immortalized there. Oh, God. I saw the last bit. I saw the first bit of that message. My brain missed the middle. I'm so sorry about your, I'm sorry about your wife. Wait, no, wait. Your wife might be alive. I just realized immortalized doesn't mean she's dead. Okay, you know what? False alarm. I'm sorry for assuming your wife is dead. Unless she is dead, in which case I'm sorry for then doubting myself when I assumed she was dead just then. Ah, bro, you're already so drunk. The water's blue. Look how, okay, no, chat. Look how blue this water is, and then compare it to the water over here. This water is like watercolored. This water is blue. If you don't see the difference, I think you're drunk. I'm just saying. But yeah, Bucks Fizz, it's only, according to this, it is 4%. It's less alcohol than a beer. And because it uses wine with like a little bit of wine and a lot of tangerine juice or whatever. Anyway, so oh, it tastes different than I remembered. It tastes like more sophisticated. And I'm not here for sophistication. I'm here to drink orange juice and pretend that it's Christmassy. Why water be like that? I see the difference. Exactly, chat. Exactly, chat. I'm a 15-year-old that has never touched alcohol in his life. They're both blue. Oh, actually, you know what? Here's a fun fact. Most people who are colorblind genuinely don't know that they are colorblind. They have to do, like, colorblind tests to discover whether that's true or not. And it's because, like, you know, how are you ever going to learn if you're colorblind? You talk about it with someone, and they're not going to, you know, it's not going to come up there, is it? So, yeah, pro tip, if you genuinely might be colorblind if you can't tell the difference between those two colors. And that's okay. Being colorblind is fine. People, remember when you got drunk on stream and started ranting about how you think women are perfect? You know, we'll just leave it. We'll leave it that amount green screened. Actually, wait, it's way cooler if I... Wait, let me try that again. I'm gonna turn on my green screen again. There we go. Isn't that cool, internet? Isn't it cool how you can see half behind me? And then we can slowly like, ooh. Ooh. The illusion is broken. The illusion is broken. I think mine is colorblind, to be honest. No, water in Minecraft is watercolored. It's still too blue. You know, you got a good point. Water in the real world is not... You know, water clearly has a distinct appearance, right? But also it doesn't. It blows my mind. Got my hubby in on the Bucks Fizz action. I don't know why. I have this this stereotype in my mind that like everyone in Scotland is drinking all the time. Not all the time, but it's like, oh yeah, because like I know like heavy use of alcoholism is high, which makes me think that like medium use is much higher. And so I'm shocked if you have not already been in the Bucks Fizz. It's almost like stereotypes aren't an accurate reflection of reality, and we should start to assess where our preconceived notions come from. Not because they're always wrong, but because they're not always right. And just like that potential speedrunner from that potential man with the green logo or whatever, just like that, maybe, just maybe, all you gotta do is be wrong a few times to realize that it's not a accurate overall reflection, huh? But yeah, it's interesting because the reason, the whole thing about like, oh yeah, so why do we bother having innocent till proven guilty when, why would you ever let 10 people go innocent just to not prosecute one bad person until you can? Because I think I've said this before and some people are like, no, of course it's for the greater good, right? And the greater good does seem pretty fair and logical. We do often in Scotland drink alcohol at young ages around 10. Yeah, the UK as a whole has drinking culture, but the British Isles as a whole have like a drinking culture, but it's like particularly extreme in Ireland and Scotland, I find, for whatever reason. Would love to know if there's a fun thing about that. But yeah, also like all of Eastern Europe has stereotypes about vodka. Like the UK has, it's like, what part of Europe doesn't have an alcohol stereotype? In Germany and Czechia, they drink beer. In Spain, they drink wine. At what point do you just say, oh yeah, Europeans like to get drunk? Because there is a drinking culture in places like South Korea and Japan, but not like a massive over-drinking culture that is a serious burden on society. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, so thank you, by the way, Nate Siddle, for becoming a member on the channel. So, Kat, you should do Logic/Philosophy podcast on Spotify or YouTube or something. Honestly, I say this a lot, and I think it genuinely is disrespectful to say, because, I am so lucky that anyone wants to listen to me talk about anything, ever. But I much prefer having just a generic, like, let's live stream and see what we do kind of system versus the, I much prefer that. So that was 100, that was 97 we were at. Is this 99? Oh god, wait, it was 94 we were at. This is probably correct. Oh, this is a whole nightmare. Placing torches on hills, because you have to place more torches on hills than you think you do. Anyway, it's a whole thing. First stream I've watched in a while. Merry Christmas, says the Charlie Reed. Merry Christmas to you too. And also Merry Christmas to Mystical Gamer Mum for the $2 super chat. Merry Christmas to you both. Honestly, the whole Merry Christmas thing really caught me by surprise this year. At the store, everyone's like, Merry Christmas. And I had my gutters cleaned today, and the guys end the conversation with Merry Christmas. And I was at first like, what are you doing wishing me a Merry Christmas? How about I wish you a Merry Easter, what are you doing to me here, friends? And then I realized oh, I guess we're like less than 36 hours out at this point. We're 26 hours from Christmas technically being a thing. And it's like, okay, okay, maybe they've got a point. Maybe they're not also wrong. Maybe we shouldn't kill people who say greetings like that. Good adulting, says Myra V. Oh no, it's really bad adulting because I've had I've literally I can, even in this room, I've got loads of damp on this wall and I've got loads of damp on the downstairs wall. And I've just been putting it off for literally over a year. And then I had a plumber come round because I had insurance cover a plumber, but not a damp specialist. Because I didn't know what a damp specialist would be. Is that a plumber? Like, damp is water, but also it usually comes from gutters. So whatever. Long story short, things should be good. Mary Boosmus loves Scotland, apparently. Mary Boosmus loves Scotland. Again, maybe this is just me, because whenever I open the Wetherspoons app in America, the closest pubs to America are all in Scotland, technically. And you can always see there's more of them up there than there is down here. I don't know where all my points are coming from here. All I know is that, offensive stereotypes are it's not even offensive to say, as long as you say, good or neutral things about people, it's only offensive if the individual isn't like that. You could argue British people having bad teeth. Actually, that's arguably mean. My teeth are only pretty bad. My dentist said that it's only my gums that are at risk of decaying in the next few years, which is crazy given the amount of sugar I consume, but different point. I've not drunk since the 17th of January, and that was my wedding. You're a bad influence. As long as you can, I was gonna say legally, but like medically drink alcohol on Christmas, why wouldn't you? Happy Christmas, says Seymour CM8. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about like alcohol today. Also, yeah, we're gonna just place torches all along these little bits right here until we're good to go. Because okay, oh god. So we want to go 6 blocks forwards, then 6 blocks to the right. So 191, 99 becomes 197, and then 93. Hey, easy. And then 93, 197 becomes 203, 87. Okay, easy stuff. And then 87, 203 becomes 209, 81. Oh god, we have to place it on the ice itself. You know, let's see how long that lasts on the ice. It's not going to last very long, but let's keep it there just in case. Maybe it magically doesn't melt the ice it's under. Torch spam funded by Toycat Tax. You know, I'm just saying, one of the also I'm going into tier 4 after Christmas, says Charlie Reed. Oh no, going into tier 4 after Christmas. Imagine the sadness of your Christmas being cancelled on Boxing Day. Imagine if your Christmas was cancelled on 3 days before Christmas because the government didn't want to look bad and keep schools open while cancelling Christmas, so waited till schools were out and then did it at the last moment. You know, imagine that being your situation. Wow, that would be tragic for you. Imagine if that was the thing. You know, I was thinking about something today. It's something, I guess, it's like it's a school of thought in psychology that I always have found ridiculous. But I thought about it today because, also, the torch has to go down there, I think. Christmas is cancelled just because you can't go out, you extroverts, says Hexatron. Yeah, you know, I'm definitely a believer. I'm definitely an introverted person, but I think it's always worth saying, because on the internet, like, because again, I derive enjoyment and energy from being by myself. Talking to people robs me of my energy. I have 10 torches in a day. No wait, I have 18 cooked beef in a day, and you might get cooked beef. Actually, if you think about it, right? Because society if extroverts gain energy by talking to people, and introverts lose energy by talking to people, extroverts are effectively robbing introverts of their money. If you think, like, you know, of their energy. Which, you know, let's use money as an example, because I feel like money's the one thing you can steal from people, and people go, oh, that's messed up. Like, if you steal my lawn furniture, I'm like, oh no. Like, honestly, like, if you steal pretty much anything from me that isn't, like, one of my 10 most prized possessions, it's like, oh, opportunity to get a new one. Heck yeah. Like, if you steal my microwave from me, it's like, oh no. Spoon Fairy. Wait, Spoon Fairy. Let's search up Spoon Fairy. This may jinx you, but will you become a chav, says Bill Tube. You have not jinxed me, and it's not a thing. Spoon Fairy is about dating people with chronic illness. When I became chronically ill as a child, okay, it's spoons are. Oh, I know Spoon Fairy now. Yeah, that's I know Spoon Fairy. I've heard of Spoon Fairy, and I heard someone try to describe it to me, and then I was like, I'm not gonna listen to you while you tell me about things. If we steal your fridge, we'll get your will. I wish I hadn't told the internet that. Like, someone's gonna actually break into my fridge to find my will now. And it's like, wish I hadn't put that target on my back. Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy. You know, yeah. Why does it have to be Spoon Fairy? Why do we use spoons as a currency? You know, I'm just saying, it's clear that this was written by someone with a is that offensive to say that like an idea that bad can only be come up with someone with chronic illness? It probably is offensive, but you know what? It's offensive to tell me that the best currency in the world is spoons. You know what? Spoons they don't even stack correctly. Like, currency is meant to be fungible. Like, oh yeah, there's gold spoons and silver spoons and diamond spoons, and the diamond spoons take up the least space, so you can use lots of them. You know, like, think about how paper money works and how it has lots of money in a small. Look, wait, this isn't paper money. This is plastic money, but sure. Look at how it works. There's $10 in this little space, And you know, how is a spoon gonna do that same? I don't have spoons around me because they're not a very good tool. Spoon theory is terrible at explaining. Like we have actual we have actual currency to use. Like, oh yeah, think of it like money theory. I guess you get that confused with economics. Think of it like literally any other thing. You know, anyway, with that said, spoon theory, but for extroverts. If you think about it, right, if people regain their energy by being alone, or if people lose energy by talking to people, and some people gain their energy by talking to people, those people are stealing the energy. You know, I'm just saying, those extroverts come over here, stealing our energy, and we just do nothing about it. I think introverts unite. Let's all gang up against the extroverts. Yeah, the sorts of people, like, I used to think when I was in school, like, oh, your life is so cool if you go into a party every day. Imagine someone inviting you to that. But it's like, no, these people are inventing parties because they want a party to go to. It's not that they're so popular that they have eternal parties following them around. It's that they have such a desire for human contact that they are inventing events so they can steal your energy. They come up with things that introverts have to go for. And, you know, also I do like spoons. Also, this is why I watch the streams, so Spook Killer. I'm glad you watch the streams to listen to me complain about how spoons aren't currency. There's lots of things that make a currency valuable. Lots of things. Many, many, many things. There's many things that make an example work. You know, how about I just how about I explain it this way? I can be like, oh yeah, I have this idea that, like, I want to explain to you. It's called Toy Cat's theory of why he gets annoyed when he... Oh, no! Damn it, I hope I didn't destroy any furnaces. Okay, I didn't. Why was the creeper just chilling? See, this is why you need to light up the world. Otherwise, you end up with creepers on your stairs. No one wants that. Now I'm missing some stone... I have to repair this at some point. I'm not gonna repair it. I can't even get up my stair. How did it destroy so many stone bricks, and how do I not get them back? I'm upset. Also, while you're ranting about spoons, you literally own a spoon costume. I'm gonna have to go. I will be right back. Very spoon. Because I'm a spoon. You know what? Spoons are funny. Spoons are a joke. Oh wait, here we go. Spoons are humor. Do you know why they're humor? Because it's not what you know, you get it, right? Anyway, so like, imagine if I was trying to explain, oh, this is Toy Cat's theory of oh god, I went through the ceiling. This is Toy Cat's theory of why he hates dumb chat messages. So you see, think about it like pies. I'm gonna call it pie theory. Imagine if you're eating a pie and then that pie is poisonous. Imagine if you eat another pie and that pie is tasty. Now, most people would think to themselves, I'm not going to eat any pie just on the off chance that I eat some poisonous pie and that I die. But some people are going to think to themselves, you know what? What are the odds? If I had one poisonous pie, I'm probably not going to have another. This is pie theory, if you will, because because I was thinking about pie as I said it. You know, this is your pie theory update. I hope you enjoyed it. Toy Cat, do a drunk for every time you misplace a torch. You have to take a drink. I do want to do one like Christmas festive drinky stream, but I don't know if I will. Schrodinger's pie, exactly. Ugh. I need to get like an actual glass for my drink. Like, I feel whenever I drink it straight out of a bottle, people look at me funny. Like, I'm sorry I care about the environment. I'm sorry I care about the dolphins. They're gonna have to swim around in your ocean because, you know, you have to wash up a glass which uses chemicals that go to the you know, right, you get it? Like, I'm sorry. Shall I kill the oceans like you want me to? Or can I just drink half the bottle and we have a good time? That's what we should do. So yeah, all the torches up here are gonna be very deliberately misplaced. It's gonna be terrible. I didn't quite get that, but I support you. Oh, what would you say that was a bad example, perhaps, Mother Russia? Would you say I didn't do a good job at explaining myself? Are you saying I could have done a better job? You know, let me explain spoon theory, but using not spoons, okay? Let me show how. Again, I'm very, very close to doing something that's going to be actually offensive to people here. So I've gotta toe the line on this one. But like, oh no, you know, like, let's not. Hey, thank you, Winry. The spoon theory came from a woman who was trying to explain to her boyfriend while eating breakfast you don't do limited things in a day, and the nearest thing was spoons. You know, I guess that's fine. I guess if it worked for one woman one time in the kitchen, I'm just saying, you know, if it's meant to be a theory that helps teach non-disabled people about disabled people's pain, you know, maybe we should make it like effective. Like the theory, I've seen it a lot online. Like a lot of disabled people will share that as a way to be like, oh yeah, this is a key thing. Like my body can do less than your body can do because I have limited energy compared to you. You know, like you can use analogies that work for people. Like when you're trying to because on the internet, okay, I know this started as me just complaining about spoons, but let me explain my actual thoughts on this. Like, because admittedly, like I don't care. I don't mind if. By the way, these flowers are fake. Do you know that? Do you want to know the crazy thing? You get rid of it, and then never mind. I lied. The flowers are real. The thing about yeah, we're just gonna place torches all the way down. It's gonna be great. Fork theory. The green screen's a bit glitchy. What it is it's just not raised up enough. There you go. You're welcome. At least I gave you something to talk about, I guess. I think the thing online, right, is audiences.
In this scene, Toy Cat has one drink and has a nervous breakdown over spoons, becoming one in the process, becoming the very thing he hates. This is Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis in live stream format.
I do genuinely think if you hate something enough, I think we are shaped by the things that we interact with. And people who interact with hatred think they are fighting hatred, you know, like who deliberately go out of their way to interact with it on a regular basis, think they are fighting hatred, but really what they're doing is they're starting to form like a hatred. Admittedly, like it's usually hatred of hatred, like, oh yeah, you start by being like, oh, I think we should all get along together. And then someone goes, no, we shouldn't. You know, you're fake and gay. And then you're like, oh, this person's the worst. Let's not get along with him. Or them, or whatever. And like, you know, you think you've done... I'm going to put a stone brick there. You know, you think you've done some good. But then you start to think, you know what? I don't just hate people who hate people. I don't just hate, like, the worst groups in society. I hate people who are actively not fighting towards making the world better like me. Why can't these people put in the same time I'm doing? And then, like, you slowly go down the ranks and, like, to the level where eventually now everyone who's not exactly like you hate. And you realize that even though you started with a noble cause, you ended up being exactly the thing that you were trying not to be. You know, maybe that's a thing that is you encounter. But I really think the things we choose to surround ourselves by are the things that can start to shape us. We have physical limitations, I want to be clear. Like, if you do have a limited number of spoons, you can't get any more spoons just by magically wanting more spoons. You know, want of spoons is not the key characteristic in whether you get spoons or not. The paradox of intolerance, says John Spetsnaz. The thing about, you know, the thing that not see right, the paradox of intolerance is itself not the paradox. The fact that people share that as an example of why they have to be intolerant, right? Like, oh yeah, we have to be intolerant towards someone, otherwise society doesn't work. I mean, if we don't all collectively hate people...
As an introvert, I can confidently say that it would be very difficult to get us to gang up on extroverts. Trying to get us to communicate with each other for this movement will be unsuccessful.
So first of all, very, very good. 10 out of 10 delivery. Second of all, you know, you're right. We're not going to get all the introverts together. It's just not going to work. We've got to give up. Come up with a better plan, I guess. The extroverts always win. It's, you know, that's the reality. The extroverts know. And the extroverts, I would argue extroverts run society. I would genuinely make the argument that in the society in which we live, extroverts have a much bigger influence. Because, you know, who else wants to deal with all of that? I find the, you know, the paradox of intolerance is interesting to me. Because it's this example where people try to find... again, we want to find ways to be intolerant. Like, you would assume no one wants to have hatred, and no one wants to actively have hatred. So you find targets worthy of your hatred. There are entire newspapers and outlets, and there are places out there who will find you people to hate. Because having a good hate is one of the, it's the in-group, out-group theory. Having people outside of, having people you despise is the greatest way to unite a group of people. Like, you're gonna unite a group of people over the fact that we all, like a thing. We like it in different ways. Until I became chronically ill this year, I didn't understand what it's like to have limited spoons. Now I'd give anything for an extra spoon. I could be wrong here, but I'm gonna read this theory before I respond to this one, actually. So spoon theory is blah 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 blah. Limited number of spoons. Blah 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 blah. Chronic illness, guilt. Blah 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 blah. And we're good. And then something about you guessed it, sex. Chronicsex.org. Okay, I can't find the actual thing right here. Okay, social. This page sucks. This didn't explain it all. Okay, I've got a little image right here. Okay, chat. I'm gonna share the image with you right now. If there's 12 spoons per day, and it takes 4 spoons to go to work and school or to go shopping, does it take 4 spoons to go shopping? Wait, chat. Okay, I'm gonna share with you a little graph. I'm gonna see if I can put this just straight on the screen. Actually, can I? Let's find out. Oh, I can. There we go. Okay, chat. So here we are. Here are some spoons in spoon theory, right? If you tell me if I'm wrong here, but I would, again, like, let's say you have 12 spoons. You can only do 12 of those things. Tell me if you disagree, but, like, to me, going shopping would be not 4, but, like, 2. Like, getting out of bed, I mean, like, I'll admit, getting out of bed is, like, a free. Like, if I want to get out of bed an hour earlier to get more time, that takes, like, all of the effort I have in the world, and I can't do it for, like, non-reasons. I'm gonna put get dressed as I'm gonna leave get dressed as a 1, unless you're the sort of person who thinks about what you wear, in which case, oh my god, imagine how long that's gonna take. Light housework. I'm gonna put that down to wait, surf the internet. Who has a hard time surfing the internet? Who's like, oh yeah, it's just I'm not gonna point this out. Anyway, anyway, so the spoon theory. I like the spoon theory to explain that we all have different. Like, one of the really easy biases we can all fall for is to assume everyone has the same ability level and the same, because some people it's very easy to assume, even if you just assume, oh yeah, well there's people with chronic illnesses and so they can do less because they have a chronic illness. You don't have a chronic illness, then you can't do. What's your excuse, sucker, or whatever words people say. But I feel like also this is covering the screen. I'm sorry. Let's just delete that. Make plans and socialize is 0.5 spoons for me. Make plans and socialize is 10 spoons for me. If I'm socializing in a day, I've tried streaming after hanging out with people, and I always find that my worst streams, like, maybe people enjoy them and they don't even notice. But at the end of every stream, I'm like, oh god, I wish I hadn't done that to myself. Like, I can either stream or I can talk to someone. And when I finish a stream, I'm like, I'm all spoken out for a while. When I finish hanging out with someone, it's like, the rest of today, I'm just gonna play some games or watch a movie or something. Like, I enjoy it in the moment, but it takes away from me an energy or whatever. But you're talking to people right now, says Hexatarum. Yeah, I would assume, if I was looking from the outside in, that the most like consuming form of conversation is definitely having a conversation with yourself via the internet. Because you're talking to people, but they're not putting the same effort in that you do. Not I'm saying you can put effort in, because there's lots of you. Arguably, your collective effort is more than my effort. Look how much is being said in the chat right now. It's more than what I'm saying. But in terms of, like, in a normal conversation, it's balanced close to 50-50. I talk, you listen, I talk. Wait. No, usually it's I listen, you talk, I listen. In the stream, it's I talk, you listen, I talk. There we go, I said it accidentally different. Social interactions never really came around to me. Anyway, the point I was trying to say there is we have a really strong desire to hate inside of us. And I think, 1984 has this, like... Man, Box Fizz is good. I was worried that, like, it's going to have that same thing every alcohol has, where it's, like, it tastes like bad versions of the thing. This is just a tasty drink. It tastes like Christmas. It tastes like Christmas. I need to drink it. Wait, I'm going to use a straw to drink it. Because straws are classy. Everyone knows that. Wow, by the way, the long boy is extended for another 9 days. Isn't that exciting? I'm excited by that. Oh no, but the straw is like is not as long as the bottle, so I might lose the straw in the bottle if I'm not careful. Apart from talking to preschoolers, this is the most social I get. Tell me, Kat. Actually, wait. Any other introverts of the chat? Sorry, Mother Russia. You don't get to respond to this question. It's not for you. But introverts of the chat. Do you like if you actually chat here semi-regularly? Does chatting take up some of your like social energy, like typing the messages that way? Does it take up more when I respond to your chats? You know, like I'm genuinely curious. We got Pookie as well. I'm so curious. I'd say 90% of us are. Because to me, I think like podcasts and streams and stuff like this, like listening to them doesn't take up my social energy, but I get to like learn things which I like to do from other people. So we need to get to 69, I think it is, which is here. Oh, it's over there. Okay, you know what? So how about we just cover the mountain? Not this. I enjoy this. You can enjoy something and it still drain you, though, right? Like going to a. There are social events I enjoy that also drain me. Like every convention I go to, I just take like a few days off. I love the fact that I have to fly to most events because it's like I have a whole 12 hours of sitting alone and having no conversation besides, would you like an ice cream, sir? And that's if you're lucky. Fun fact, I stole this money from Google. Hey, being introverted and extroverted, obvious guy. I've heard there's such thing as an ambivert, but I really do think it's like... I like to think of it as like, there's a scale between how much energy you get from talking to people versus how much energy you lose from talking to people. And you probably are slightly more on one scale side than the other. I've literally stopped saying hi to people in these streams some days. See, that's crazy that it's like become a social experience. Don't worry, my wife is alive and well. She have to learn to live without the imaginary son, a parasocial relationship, in a Minecraft streamer's world. We'll make it work somehow, says long-time lurker. You know what? Long-time lurker.
Wife is alive and well. She'll have to learn to live without an imaginary sign on a parasocial relationship streamer's Minecraft road. We'll make it work.
I've got an idea, long-time lurker. Tell me how your wife feels about this one. It's a song called Hen Party. Oh, I forgot what his name was. But he placed the sign here forever ago and he just wanted it there for the stream. But like, no, actually wait. He placed the sign there thinking it'd be there forever. But no, I'm removing his sign at 0:15. And I'm putting your sign here instead. You know what? This is for long-time lurker's wife. Long-time lurkers. Oh, I spelled your name wrong. You know, I'm gonna fix that. Long-time lurker. God, my U button on my keyboard just doesn't work. 80% of the time I press it. Lurkers. Wife. Do you think your wife feels good that she stole someone's sign or that I stole it to give to you? How do you feel about that? Interesting. Internet. Interesting. I read the word interesting as I was trying to say internet. You know, how do you feel about that, chat? I say chat all the time in my other channel videos. It makes me feel very weird. I feel like I'm doing some accidental cheating or something. So yeah, next up I'm going to place torches all along the top of this house. Or castle. So I guess in front of every one of these is a good way to do that. Yeah, that seems smart enough. Let's go. How do you screen record your Xbox? It's called a capture card. You should look into it if you're curious about recording. Someone says if you want to see what extroversion feels like, try cocaine. I know that you're being sarcastic, potentially. But I genuinely have always, like, that's the thing that I crave about, I'm not, I don't know if you've worked out from the rest of the things about me. I'm not a drug guy. I'm not a big fan, believer, etc., etc. But I've always been curious about the sorts of people, I think certain people do become like, oh yeah, when you've got this shared interest of doing things that are bad for your body to it, that'll get some people excited and going. Also, is placing torches here smart? I don't know, but we'll do it anyway. Let's go. So we are a conversation, says Hopeful Boy. You are the conversation. Thank you for putting it so beautifully. Why are you using birthday candles for this? They're ugly. I wish you would understand what birthday candles are, so we can disagree about what that is. Like drinking. Yeah, I don't want to say this because there's always someone, whenever you say anything even remotely adulty, where they're like, you know what? My 6-year-old son watches your videos. Except they don't even say that. I'd understand if you cared about your 6-year-old son. They're like, oh, Toy Cat, don't you know, like children watch you? And it's like, what children? I mean, like sometimes, no doubt, like on YouTube, you sadly can't control who watches you. That's generally the parents' job, right? Like you get to decide what your children watch on the internet. But like ignoring that as a thing, it's like this is an important story to tell, no matter what you can respond to this, deal with this. But I think an interesting thing is like admittedly I was like 14, because in the UK, drinking culture starts very young. Like even though it's not legal till you're 18 here, everyone does it before then. It's so weird when you find someone who hasn't drunk before they're 18, and they're like, yeah, I just waited till it was legal. And it's like, what is wrong with, do your parents love you or something? Like what has gone so wrong in your life that like you haven't done this poison to yourself? And it's like, so as a result of that, one of the things, the first time I like got drunk and like enjoyed it, I guess. Like I was social the whole evening, and I was feeling good about the sociality. Like in a way, I would actually argue that alcohol turns people into extroverts. I would agree with that definition. And like enjoying talking to people and like wanting to do more is such a welcome surprise. You feel like you're a better person. And then a lot of people, there's like two ways you can take that. One is like, oh, like how do you recreate that in the rest of your life? And some people go, oh, I guess I should just drink all the time. If I want to be social, I'll just drink. If I want to, and that's a dangerous rabbit hole to go down. That's a dangerous line of thinking, to assume that I need this substance to be what I want to be. And let's be honest, people who sell, no, people who sell most substances will kind of, if you ever look at ads for an alcohol, the way it works is it's like drink, it's like people are drinking and they're having fun. Wow, they're at big parties because they're drinking. Wow, alcohol's great. Drink it. It's good. Yeah, and like the whole advertising behind alcohol is just, oh yeah, there's good times had when you have alcohol. And then you think to yourself, yeah, could really do with a drink. Could really throw some stuff in that. Alcohol suppresses inhibitions, so it makes sense that some introverts are less introverted. Yeah, I think especially people who have like chronic fears of saying,
how are you? It's been a while since I caught the stream smile.
Hey, stream smile to you as well, Brody Privet. It's good to see you. I am doing well. It is my pre-Christmas time. I've been eating cookies, watching movies, and it's great. Also, it's a social lubricant because it lowers your defenses. Yeah, one of the things that I used to assume everyone had, and some people were just bad with, but I guess I later learned that people just don't have, is like this chronic fear of saying things that no one valued. Like when someone says something and everyone just goes silent for a bit, and it's like, oh, okay, guess you needed to share that one, did you? That's like the worst thing to me. Like, what's the point of saying something in a conversation that no one finds value in? One of the things I've learned, especially on the internet, no offense to, like, if you're thinking this is you, this isn't you. If you're not thinking this is you, this might be you. But people who just say things like, I drank Fanta today. What do I do with that? What? Oh, Fanta's good. Like, oh, it's very even the infamous I'm Welsh. It's an in joke. It's like what were they saying with that? Why did they bring that up just then? There was unrelated to the conversation. They just need to tell people that it was true. Like, I got what I'm trying to say right here is I have like this fear of like saying something not worthwhile, and I guess one of the things is like if you remove your inhibitions, you can remove that fear of saying things that because and honestly a lot of the time I'm sure I've said some dumb things. Every now and then I regret, like, why did I tell people that? I'll give them. I did not drink Fanta, you dirty liar. Okay, chat, tell me the things. Tell me what you would say right now if you weren't worried about how I would respond to it. If you were just saying it for the... Let's say something for the sake of you saying it, not for the sake of me reading it. I did drink Fanta today. Wow, Fanta is exciting. Tell me more about soft drinks that you had in your day. Thank you, Loy Bay Allah. Appreciate the thing. Like the will in the refrigerator. Lily Klein, thank you. But like the fear of, okay, you know, I'm a lesbian, says Emma G. You know, you watch IBX Toy Cat streams, of course you're a lesbian. Do you drink your coffee with that lesbianism? Is it lesbianism? I bet you do. I just put on extra chapstick, says Duncan Wall. You know, I don't believe you. I think you're a filthy liar. I think that everything you believe is wrong, and I think I'm allowed to be intolerant towards people like you, because someone on the internet told me that intolerance is actually a form of tolerance, and I agree with them. You're awesome, I wish you were kinder to yourself. See, whenever someone says that, like, here's the thing, right? If you say, like, oh yeah, I actually, you know, you shouldn't be mean to yourself. You should believe that the things you say have value, which is, I definitely extrapolated what you said right there, but like, you know, that's roughly what you said, right? If we interpolate that a little bit. But it's like, you know, that kind of confirms me, like, oh yeah, because I think about what I say. Even, not all the time, but I try to think about what I say before I say it. I don't say I drank Fanta today and then sit silently for 10 minutes. I'm drinking milk right now, says Gavinator. You know, you ever consider how milk is like the worst beverage? You ever consider how people who drink milk are people that I really, really despise? You ever think about whether the cow consented to that milk? I bet the cow did not. Yeah. Now you feel bad about yourself, don't you? Now, I'm just gonna say dumb things. I'm not gonna have useful conversation. I'm just gonna say words as they come out of my brain. So, I like cookies when they're like expensive cookies. I don't like cheap cookies anymore. I think I've learned. I think one of the ways that being a YouTuber has changed me for the worse is that now I don't like cheap biscuits as much. Used to be able to buy a whole pack of biscuits and eat them and enjoy that experience. Now I buy a whole packet of biscuits and when I eat them, I regret it afterwards. That's a change in my life. I used to drink more water when I was young because I had nothing else to do all day. The moon is brighter than I remember it being. The moon used to be very, very, very dark. Okay, sometimes you want to talk to someone and you have nothing interesting to say, so you resort to Fanta, says Chantal Lee. Yeah, I think that's actually, like, possible, too. I think it's entirely possible that, like, it's entirely possible that, like, that's what I used to assume. I used to genuinely, I used to assume that people just didn't have, people had such a low bar for what considered good conversation. They're like, you know what, let me whip them with the banger. This is an observation I've been saving all night. What if I said that, get this. What if I said, I like Fanta? They're gonna go crazy. They're gonna be like, no way, no way.
I am not Welsh.
Thank you, Raul Mendoza. You know, Raul Mendoza is not Welsh. You ever consider that? You ever consider how interesting that is? See, it's just as valid a statement as I'm Welsh, but also it is different. What's your opinion on Tier 4 lockdown in the UK? I'm a big fan of suspending individual liberty for the group's collection's benefit. Honestly, I was just thinking to myself, why do we let people murder people? Like, why don't we make a law that says you're not allowed to murder anymore? Like, why do we just let people commit murder when we know someone died? Every murder out there, besides the fake ones, someone dies, and it's like, why are we just allowing this? Why are we just letting this happen? And, yeah, that's, as a result, big fan. I only wish there was a tier 5. You know, why is there not a tier 5? You hear this? You hear this, Boris Johnson? This is a challenge. Why is there no tier 5 yet? Give it to me. I don't want to make my own decisions. I want you to make my decisions for me. And that's because, you know, it's not like I can look into, you know, people learning about things. Haha. You know, that's what schools are for. Schools which, incidentally, you know, maybe we should shut for the benefit. You know, I can dive on this too much. But yeah, I think there maybe is a little bit of truth to the idea. Also, so thank you, Luay Ben Alaya. I think there's a little bit of truth to the idea that maybe some people just want to say something, and it's better to say I drank Fanta today than nothing. But I do think there is a value in learning when to be silent. Because like it's hard to learn that value, I'll admit. But I think there is a value. I don't know when or what or blah 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 blah. But I think just knowing like, oh yeah, you know, let's just wait. It's better to have a good conversation 10 seconds from now than to have a bad conversation that takes a minute now. Because they'll say like, oh, I like Fanta too. You hear about that new variety of Fanta? Yeah, it's good. It's lemon flavored. I had someone genuinely try to tell me their favorite flavor of Fanta was Szokata, you know, the Polish one. And that was the moment I realized they had run out of any meaningful words to say. Tier 6, you can't leave your bedroom. You know, I do enjoy, if there's nothing else I enjoy about the UK's lockdown system, it's the memes that come out of it. I say I drank Fanta today during sex as hyperban. I'm just saying that'll get the good stuff going. Also, when does your throat stop being wet after you drink water? Oh, you're blowing my mind there, Hexatron. What? You know what? Hexatron, as you know, I say your name different every time, but Hexateron. Lemon flavored Fanta is great. Wait. So I'm gonna. When does your throat? Okay, wait. I'm gonna drink some water right now. My throat is wet at this moment. It's still. I'm gonna swallow a few times. I think after the 4th swallow, it's pretty dry again. Szokata Fanta is the best Fanta, says Max CO5. Okay, I get it. You have nothing to say, but you want to say something. You don't have to bring out the lies. Isn't your throat always wet? You definitely have dry throats are definitely a thing. Your throat is always wet. That's what she said. High quality. It's dry when you die of dehydration. You can't talk to anyone about things you don't want to know about, especially when you already have and it ended terribly. You can talk about anything, and then you can just say, haha, just kidding, when it's done. Like, oh, did I offend someone earlier? Well, I was kidding. Turns out you're the dumb one for being offended. Checkmate, internet. Checkmate. Try and get me on that. Also, I'm gonna have to go down there and pick up that torch now. Let's go do it. And then let's place a torch in this little corner. And now we should be good. So, by the way, lemon Fanta is okay. Lemon twist Fanta is the good stuff. It's better. Hey man, I don't know if you'll see this, but your videos have really helped me out this year, especially the ones that are geography. Keep up the good content. You're a huge help, says Turum. It's interesting because a lot of people are saying they enjoyed the geography videos this year, but this is the first year where I took like a month and a half. I think this is the longest I've not uploaded to my second channel, because while I was in America, I just didn't. What are you doing? Oh, he's the ocelot wants a chicken. That's like down there. That's very cute to look at. That's very adorable. Also, Roche715. It's better not to talk. I learned a long time ago that people would rather be around the weird, quiet girl than the girl who says weird things. So first of all, very self-aware, I like it. I think there is definitely a balance between those two things. But you're probably right that people prefer the quiet girl, the quiet person. You know, like bringing someone out of their shell is more enjoyable than having to put someone back inside their shell. But that's my opinion as someone who knows. Some people, if you're not talking, it's like, why do they hate me? Why, that's what I used to assume. Like, oh, you're not saying anything? You must not enjoy being around me. If you're not actively talking at all times, then clearly it's not a good time we're having together here. right? Oh, God. Oh, no. Where did the creeper even go? Like, I didn't see it. It just vanished at some point. Sprite Cranberry is almost everywhere in Poland where I live. Isn't Sprite Cranberry the meme because of all those ads? Like, I've never seen a Sprite Cranberry. It actually sounds like a good flavor, but I've just never seen it. Okay, now I have to place torches along the sky rail if I want to light this thing up. So what do we do? Like a torch every... We'll just place one on the side of the redstone torches. Ah, that's not going to do enough. And then we'll have 2 torches in between too. There and there. That's also probably not going to do the job, but let's not think about it. Do the same over here. Go halfway in between. Do the same over here. And we get... Toy Cat, where did you film the Little Caesars Pizza video? Somehow my uncle watched the video and had the exact same question. He was like, where were you for that? And I like the idea that you can raise a mystery that people need to have answered. I like that idea a lot. Also, I'm going to leave that torch there and then just place another one to the side of it, I guess. Boom, there we go. Don't talk about Fanta, says the guy who literally discusses beverages. See, okay, you know what? At least this is a discussion about Fanta. At least saying my favorite flavor of Fanta is Chocata. At least that's something. You know, at least there's something to that. You know, like I drank Fanta today. It's just a statement of action. I drank some beverages today. Also the torches around here are so weirdly placed. Let's just keep them weirdly placed and let's just add to them, I guess. Make sure the mountain is covered, especially on the little sides and corners and weird bits. But so I can't upload a remix if I place another one here. What did I just read, Doggy 64? But yeah, let me explain to you using bowl theory exactly how conversation works. So imagine you have 5 bowls, and you want to use those 5 bowls to, you know, like you've got 5 bowls, and you want to use those 5 bowls to, you know, have a good time with other people, to make sure they're having a good time, because when people have a good time, you tend to have a good time as well. You enjoy when people enjoy themselves, and vice versa. So you've got these 5 bowls, and you realize that you can, you know, with these 5 bowls, you can give them to people, but once you give away the bowl, it's gone forever, and you only have 4 bowls. Now, what are you going to do with those 5 bowls? Are you going to make sure the bowls are decorated well, or are you going to just slap something together and be like, this is technically a bowl. It holds liquid, so it's a bowl. Here you go, mate. That's what I drank Fanta today is. This is the I drank Fanta of bowls. This right here is the, you know, this little jar filled with coins. I think it's a goo pot, actually, if you know goo desserts in the UK. But like this little pot, this is an okay bowl. This is intricate, it's interesting enough. To the right person, this is something good. And now imagine there are bowls, why are you giving them away? Don't you have a dishwasher? No, I have 5 new bowls every day, Ryan Hibbs. This is how this works. So you have 5 bowls every day, and if you only have 5 bowls to give, shouldn't you make the bowls as nice as you can? I mean, sure, it would save you time if you made them less nice, but if you want to have a good conversation, then shouldn't you make the... If you want to be a good bowls person who people come back to looking for bowls in the future, you want to make sure each of those bowls is so good that people are like, yeah, I enjoyed that bowl. I will come back for another. Right? Think about it that way. This is bowl theory explained with bowls. Anyway, so most people would wonder why I was trying to give them a bowl. Wait, can I make bowl merch? I bet I can make bowl merch. Let's do it right now. I want to compliment a random girl's backpack on the street, but I thought maybe she was an introvert and I didn't want to make her uncomfortable. And I think you should compliment people all the time. Worst case, they act awkwardly to you, but I think the compliment will stick with people anyway. Okay, chat, we're gonna find out if I can sell bowl merch right now. So streamlabs.com/merch. So I can make hoodies, obviously, that makes sense. I can make totes. I can make socks. I can make fanny packs, mouse pads, flip-flops. Let's go to
Toy Cat.
home and
Your
living.
content is amazing. I didn't want a long boy, so here is some money. I'm a Java player, and watch your content because it's funny. Tie for content.
Thank you so much, Printer CMK. I'm glad you like the videos. It means a lot whenever I hear someone who's like, you know, I don't even play the version of the game, but I find your stuff interesting. That's a good sign to me. That's something I enjoy hearing. Something else I enjoy hearing. By the way, I can't make bowl merch, it seems. I just checked. I'm very sad. This is how it is. But I can, in fact, not make bowls. However, I think my mugs that I was trying to work on literally a year ago now, or like 9 months because pandemic, I think they might be finally back. Nope, it's still on hold. Never mind. Well, never mind. I tried. Let's see. Wait, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try right now. Let's see what new merch we can add. So we can also make clothing, t-shirts, headwear, shoes. Are bowls in the school? We can sell notepads. Who wants that? Posters and art. No one wants that either. I want bowls. If we could sell a really big mug. Nah, you know, it's ruined. My whole life is ruined. I just want to sell people bowls. I want to sell you really nice bowls that I spend a long time making. But I just can't. Also, thank you, Brody Privet. If you just bought a long boy, that means we're now up to 533. That's cool. That's great. So, remember you need to sell 17 mugs when 1.17 comes out, says Ezra Morgan. You better believe I intend to. You better believe I intend to. This is the dumbest merch line that I am going to keep going forever. Just make a sticker that can go on the bowls. Now, there's a good idea. There's a good idea. So yeah, I need to cover this mountain in torches, which is a little bit of a nightmare. I think that lines up with this, so we just have to start placing torches along that. Yeah, placing torches on mountains is the worst part of this whole project. I wish I'd realized what a nightmare it was, so I could have just not done it. But I didn't realize that. Sell them without using Streamlabs for it, says Podkitten. Then I have to set up like a whole merch store. You know, it's worth it, because I want to give my bowls to people that badly. I want people to enjoy their IBX toy cap. You know, it's like, you actually, sarcastically, even though I was making this as a joke and then I made the bowl thing, like, if I am selling merch, I want the merch to be things people will enjoy. I don't want it to be a thing that you already have, just with my face on it. I like the makeshift plushes, because who has a long boy? Only people who like the channel and who want a thing. You know, there's a long process of making each one of those, but I like it because it shows a thing. There's, you know, I have the generic, like, if you want these things, but I don't promote them. I'm not like, oh, this is a thing you need. Do you need a Toy Cat hoodie? Probably not. Do you need a Toy Cat t-shirt? You know, your choice. But like when I make the things, it's like, let's make it a fun thing that people want, can get value from. Because one of the things I've realized in the last year especially, I guess because I've been traveling literally between continents to live for the last year, and I think I'm going to need to in the next year as well. Like, stuff weighs you down on such a level we don't even appreciate. Like, the more stuff you have, the more effort it is to keep that stuff stored, etc., etc. You should build something on the flat side of that mountain. Or I could flatten the mountain more and have a flat mountain. It sounds like he's saying balls to me. I used to think British accents were like some of the most understandable in the world. But then I realized people still think I say my intro in Chinese or something. Like, where does that come from? Like, oh yeah, what's Toy Cat? The fact that so many people are like, what is he saying in the intro? It's like, hello, I'm IBX Toy Cat. Is that so hard? But like, I guess I'm IBX Toy Cat is not a sentence you get saved fast very often. Whatever, it confuses people. Irritable bowl syndrome, Toy Cat says Hyperban. Thank you for the joke. See, you know, you put effort and time into that joke. It shows, by the way. And that's something I appreciate from you. You know, you thought to yourself, I'm only going to say one thing in the next 30 seconds. I'm going to make it something that hopefully makes someone laugh. It doesn't have to be Toy Cat. You know, Toy Cat's not reading every chat. But I hope someone laughs at this thing. And then there's the people who say, I drank Fanta today. You know what? Did you really drink Fanta today? What makes it such a big deal? Was it your first time trying Fanta? That's interesting. That makes people think. You say it so fast when I started watching you, I had no idea how you were saying it either. Yeah, I've oh god! I've got feather falling. I guess it doesn't matter if I take full damage. Check your Twitter mentions for a link to design your own bowls. Okay, we're going to design some bowls right now. Twitter. Read some DMs. Custom bowls. Contrado. Oh my god, these bowls are so expensive. Do you want to see some... Oh man, $59 for a bowl? That is an expensive bowl. Chat, do you want to pay $59 for some Toy Cat branded bowls? I bet you do. Oh god, they sell bowls. Okay, wait, one sec. This is so crazy. Let me show you this website. Gonna have to make it tiny. Actually, I'll just put it in my other browser so I can show it much easier. Okay. Let me show you some bowls, internet. Always so terrified that like something's off and I'm not gonna know it until it's too late and I've shown you all my secrets. Okay, so this is Contrado.ca. It's a Canadian website. Oh, it's 59 Canadian dollars. They're $59, or they start at $59. And they're made from hygienic Stone Max resin. But you can buy bowls that are fancier. So like, look at this. You can buy a $144 bowl. What bowl is worth $104? Chat, would you buy a bowl of mine if I charged you $144? Tell me, would you? I want to know. What's the most expensive bowl I can get, actually? Man, that is a complex bowl. That is a... Is it cheaper to buy a small bowl? Oh, the small bowls are a lot cheaper. That's interesting. So let's find the most expensive bowl we can buy. I want to design a bowl that gets me excited to eat food. Oh, I like this one. That's fun. Ornamental bowl. Hey, look at this. It's got an EU flag on there for some reason, as well as a UK flag that's got a bit of green up in the corner. You know what? This is Hazel. This is a fun set of bowls we're looking at right here. Oh, this is at least this bowl. At least there's something from it, you know. Okay, you know, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy a bowl. I'm not gonna sell you bowls because I don't think those bowls would bring you joy, especially not joy equal to the money that it gets from them. You know, one of the things we forget all too often when we talk about money is that, oh god, even here there's a slight mistake with the torches. None of these are appropriately priced, says Music Man. You know what? If you're not willing to spend $120 in a bowl, something's wrong with you. No, they would make my bank very unhappy. Right? It's, to me, whenever I see something like this that people enjoy, a part of it reeks of like, my god, you have so much spare income that you can spend $140 in a bowl and somehow not even realize it's a bad investment. Like, imagine you have enough money where you didn't need to even think if something was a good idea. You could just be like, oh yeah, that feels right. You know, like, rather than... But I mean, I guess that's not exclusive to rich people. It's people from all over the income spectrum that do that. But it's like, oh god, that's interesting. But like, I try to understand, like, anytime there's a transaction taking place, usually people are getting something from it, right? Like, people never just spend $1,000 at McDonald's. Actually, I guess someone does. If you buy like 200 Happy Meals, I say go with the sticker idea. Sell stickers that people can put on their own bowls. That's genius. Let's do it. Have you ever tried building a cactus from bedrock to sky height in your world? It'd probably hurt me to do that. But let's do it, sure. Great idea. Now when you see the next Let's Play, you'll understand where the idea came from. I actually kind of like the idea, right? Like, we'd have like a giant cactus. Like, and we'd have like multiple giant cactuses and have like a giant wall in the world, but made of cacti. I think that's a great idea. There are Toy Cat stickers out there. Yeah, I didn't know I sold Toy Cat stickers until I started getting emails, like, starting about a year ago. Someone buys stickers, like, every week or so. Someone buys 1 or 2 stickers. Depending on if they're a sale or not, I make either, like, 50 cents or $0 on them. But, fun fact, I sell stickers, technically. I learned I sold stickers very late into the selling of the stickers. But I do, in fact, sell stickers. Also, I've covered this in torches now. That's positive improvement. Let's go over here and continue placing... Oh, we've done this as well, have we? Nice. Okay, so 164 would be 158 next, or 170 next. So over there. Except it's a mountain, so we have to do this as well, I'd say. So place down there. And then we go to 189. Place here and there. As well as up here, just for good luck, sure. Then 195. Oh, God. Here and there. And then 201. See, this is the problem. Like, it's just so... Climbing down mountains in Minecraft. You know, I'll be coming down the mountain when I come. Except not really. I can't find the one Madison made. 1 second. Oh, yeah, there's on Streamlabs, I have a sticker as well, Madison. My assistant made a sticker. I don't remember why, honestly. I generally don't remember the reason why. But she made a sticker, and I was like, sure, I'll sell that. Toycat tries to make a huge Christmas tree in your world. Well, they're suggesting, Toycat, you should make a huge Christmas tree in your world. I had the idea for Christmas that I should get my girlfriend to just like criticize my building skills and make something Christmassy. I think a Christmas tree is a great idea for that. You know, what's more Christmassy than a Christmas tree? What's more Christmassy than a Christmas tree? Nothing is more Christmassy than a Christmas tree. So you should invert a biome. Oh, I think I came up with that idea in one of my like insane projects you shouldn't try or something like that. And the end result I came up with is like, oh god, this is so hard to do, even in creative with modification commands, etc. Merry Christmas, Toycat, your debts are repaid. It's Christmas and I'll no longer ask you to remember me, but the April dimensions, well, Merry Christmas. I want to see that dimension thing on Bedrock. Why don't we see it, is my big question. Alienating non-Christian people is more Christmassy than a Christmas tree. I think, to me, this is my genuine impression, right? I'm not a Christian. I don't think. I'm legally a Catholic. Is a Catholic a Christian? I think Catholic is under the sub-umbrella of Christian. Like, I'm on the list of, like, if the Catholic God's the real God, I'm going to heaven and you're all going to burn on earth. But I'm not, like, actively Christian. But, like, when you live in a... Like, I reckon if I lived in India, Diwali would be a huge holiday for me. If I did... When I went to Japan during White Day, that was a cool experience. I didn't have to celebrate those things to enjoy them. Like, I know it's a very popular thing now that, like, oh yeah, we should be more inclusive to non-Christians. I actually agree. Like, you know, let's say, you know, it's a collection of holidays that happen all around the same time. It's winter solstice. I think a lot more logical thing, go back to calling it the solstice and be like, yep, this is all the holidays combined. It's Christmas if you're talking about the Christian one and the stuff, and solstice if you're talking about the event series. Because we say Christmas and what we really mean is like, oh yeah, it's that dark time of the year where we gather inside of our houses together and we say, oh yeah, things are dark, life is bleak, but let's make it worth living. Let's have a time together. Froggy Khan, I was taking an excellent nap and I missed the first part of your stream. Glad I'm here. Happy Christmas Eve to you too, and a happy New Year's Eve times 9. Happy New Year's Eve to you as well. I did it. I nailed it. I tried my best. It was hard, but I succeeded. So Cat getting that sweet watch time says sounds effects. Do you want to know something really interesting? My video yesterday, Can I Beat Minecraft starting in the Nether, has more average view time than this live stream. People watch live streams on average for about 4 or 5 minutes. They watch them when they go out afterwards for a lot longer. But while it's live, the average watch time is like very, very low. Even though there's 900 people watching right now, 18,000 people have come through, been like, not for me, and left. So if right now you're like, you know what, so Cat, I need a good opportunity to leave, but like, how do you leave a live stream? You're always talking. You give me no opportunities. What I say to you is now. Here you go. Here's an opportunity. Feel free. You don't have to feel bad. You don't have to be like, oh, I don't want to leave though. Because that's one of the real guilts of life. Like, again, this is a thing most people don't consider. And I feel like I'm a worse off person for considering it. But, like, ending a conversation is like a genuinely hard thing for me to do. Like, not like, I struggle with it. Like, I struggle with ending it in a good way that makes people go, oh yeah, I'd like to talk to him again sometime. rather than like, if you end a conversation while it's still happening, it's like, well, you never really ended it, so there's nothing to really miss right there. For a few minutes, I got here early. They are missing good times. If I'm here, I'm watching most, if not all, of the streams, says McBella. Yeah, I see. You can recognize the regulars for the people who do enjoy coming along, and as a result, I find that kind of interesting. Anyway, you're holding me in this live stream hostage, says Noel. I'm holding you hostage. Okay, it's true. This is what I can donate. Hi, big fan. Thank you, Trent Tech. Never feel bad for the amount you tip. Like there's a oh no, my controller battery's low. There's a fascinating stat that like because most people never tip and most people even watch the ad. So if most people tip effectively by just watching 0.2 cents. If you tip any amount above 0.2 cents, you are which you can't tip 0.2 cents by the way. Fun fact. Bet you didn't know that one. If you tip any amount more than 0.2 cents, you have given me, if you give me $1, that is 500 times more than the average viewer. It seems like not a lot. It's like, what's $1? Like, you know what, Toy Cat? You have so many dollars. And you know what, you're right. Thank you for complimenting me on my vast hordes of money that I definitely have and not being sarcastic about right now. But, man, Bucks Fizz has made my evening so much better. I said this yesterday and I want to repeat it. Beverages are just great. Like, drinking something interesting is an underappreciated trait. It is a thing we do not value as much as we should value. And that's a darn shame. That's a darn shame. Let's just get a few more beefs so we can get closer to 64. I could have just taken a full stack out of the chest, but you know what? You could have taken a full stack out of the chest. Why didn't you? Looking good, my £2 tip, says Cat Beanie. You know what? Your £2 tip, it made me physically sick. Like, oh, I can't believe only support your favorite YouTuber with £2. Except, wait, oh yeah, it turns out that if everyone here gave £2, I would have £2,000 worth of Christmas gift. Do you know what I could buy with that? I don't know what I could because my favorite things are all illegal right now. I could buy 500 bottles of Bucks Fizz. That's all it takes. 200 times 1,000, and now I've got myself 400 bottles of Bucks Fizz. Can I drink 400 bottles of Bucks Fizz? Let's find out, shall we?
Have a conversation/podcast vibe, and since I don't have to talk, I like them a lot.
Hey, thank you, Typing. Right, that's what I like. I value too. That's something I really like when I watch a stream. That's why I try to give it to the people who watch my streams. I genuinely buy some custom bowls of it. You know what? You got a good point. I'll buy some custom bowls. You know, the only thing I want in my life right now is a house in a slightly better part of London costs the better part of £1 million. And so, like, I need to get the money so a bank will lend me £1 million. And it's like, oh, that's all I want. There's a big gap between about £4 for a bottle of Bucks Fizz and about $1 million. And, but I think just because that's true. Actually, wait, lobster. Every time I get $20, I'm like, you know, I'll buy some lobster with that. That's how that can improve my life. You know, there's a gap between £4 alcohol, $20 worth of lobster, and £1 million of debt that I want. I want to buy negative. It's actually not buying £1 million. It's spending negative £1 million, but giving someone money so they'll let me get that far into debt. Because that's how mortgages work, and life is depressing when you think about it that way. Anyway, so good morning, internet. Do you want to know about more financials of how being an adult works? A lot of people say they enjoyed the third channel just because, like, talking about money is hard, and so most people don't do it. But I think there is a value to be said in, like, oh yeah, here's how the financial system works. Isn't it interesting? I used to watch it all the time when I was... Oh, so thank you, McBella78. Thank you, Black Plague Gaming, for the $2... See, you gave $2. That is infinitely more... Not infinitely. It's actually exactly 1,000 times more than most people here do. You are a hero among men. Or women. Probably men, statistically speaking. Thank Thank you for the toy cat tax. Also, I used to watch all the time when I was younger. Then I stopped playing Minecraft and came back to you recently, and it's been amazing. Merry Christmas, says Outer Craw. Merry Christmas, Outer Craw. I'm glad you like the videos and streams or whatever this is. I honestly, I don't know what this is. We play Minecraft and we chill, and we chill and we play Minecraft, and then we chill and we Minecraft, and then we chill some more, and then we Minecraft. Is it worth starting a survival world now, or is it better to wait until 1.17 is out? The answer is definitely now, but then take a direction and don't explore it until 1.17. That is my always advice. Whenever you've got an update that you're excited about, you want your world to be based around it, don't explore a direction until that update comes out. I could show you an example in my world, but like just watch my previous videos on the Never update and how my world changed as a result. You might find it useful. Let's put a torch right over there, so we can put another one over here. And then again, there's some dark patches up here, and I feel like I have to fix them. I feel like it's probably on me to place a torch there, and then another one over here, just to get the dark patches really penned in. There's a blizzard going on where I live. Oh, if you think that was bad, let me tell you, it rained today. That's my bad conversation starter. In the UK, like, how was the weather is a genuine, like, again, finding common ground of people, you know, here's an interesting thing. Like, to go back to the whole, like, we hate people for so many reasons. Finding common ground of someone is really challenging for me sometimes. Like, it's hard to find what you and a random stranger you've just met have in common. And I think there is a value in, like, oh, the weather. We are both humans living in this same world with this same weather. Is something people really like. You know, this whole, like, having an outgroup to despise. Like, it's one of the easiest ways we can do this. Like, the number of people I've seen, especially when it comes to tiers, like, in the UK, basically, depending on where you are, you have different restrictions. And, like, so people like to blame, I mean, like, who's responsible for the restrictions? And the answer's like, well, it's the virus and / the government, depending on which way you want to see things. It's like, well, you can't be angry at a virus, but you can be angry at, like, I've seen this. You can look at anywhere on Twitter, you see this same thread of thing play out, where someone's like, oh yeah, it's our fault because we weren't following the previous rules long enough, so they had to up the rules. And ignoring the hilarity of, like, you know what the punishment for not following the rules is? Harsher rules. Yeah, that'll show them. You know what the punishment for not going to detention is? Actually, this is what my school literally did, right? My school literally had a punishment. If you missed detention, you got a bigger detention. It's like, I'll just miss that one. And then in my school, once it got to the highest level of detention, it just got erased after you didn't do it, which I think is hilarious. Cool, we have weather here too. Wait, no way, Pookie, you have weather where you live? I have weather here. Oh my god, we have so much in common. This is so cool. I never realized that both Texas and the UK have weather. The UK, by the way. You like this? I like this. This took me 4 hours. I'm going to use it for the background of a podcast. But I made the UK green. And I think this is something we should appreciate more. Just look at that beauty. Rule Britannia. Britannia rules the waves. Britons never ever will be slaves. Unless you think of slavery as being slavery to the financial system. It's the same with the corona rules. Right, that's how people generally respond. So, like, ignoring the funniness of, like, you know what the punishment for breaking the rules is? Harsher rules. That'll show you. That'll teach you to follow rules. Do you think rules were too unfair before and that's why you didn't follow them? Maybe if we make them, you know, like, but then people go, you know what, no, it's not us. We are good. The people of Hampshire, we are great people who follow rules, and we don't deserve this for us. We deserve it because filthy people from other areas, you know those filthy, Surreyites, you know, the Isle of Wight, you know, pieces of garbage. Those people have been coming here with their foreign COVID, and they've been infecting our people with it. And as a result, it's kind of their fault. Yeah, this isn't an issue of the people from Hampshire. This isn't an issue of the people from Berkshire or wherever else just went under restrictions today. This is an issue of the people from those other places that gave it to us. They came in here, they disobeyed their rules by coming here, and now we're suffering. Because, you know, the narrative of, like, we're suffering for someone else's crimes is, like, a really big one. In fact, it's literally the whole Bible. It's like someone else willingly doing the worst thing that can happen to a person, suffering for something that you did, and doing it because he loves you or whatever. Like, that's, I think I understand the biblical reference correctly there. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I also live in Britain, but weather doesn't exist here. There's just constant rain. I can confirm the truth in that. I blame Cornwall and the Isle of Wight. Exactly, Jesse's Aviation 24. It's all Cornwall's fault. Why did they do this to us? Cornwall, we trusted you, Cornwall, and you ruined it. But yeah, right. I've seen a lot of I follow a Dutch person on Twitter. Yeah, I follow it. Do I follow one? I probably follow more than one Dutch person. I follow one person who tweets out about their living in the Netherlands experience, and they're like, I wish people would follow the rules so they'd stop making them tighter. And it's like, but that's those people. Like, it's really hard to be angry at a situation. Like, oh, I'm mad because I'm hungry. You can't be mad about that. Like, you can't tell people. No one relates to that. No one goes, really? You're mad because you're... Man, you should have said before now. You say, I'm mad because you don't follow this Dutch person, says PN. Maybe if you tweeted interesting things, I'd follow you. See, is that gaslighting? I don't think that's gaslighting. I think that's just being mean. You know what? It's probably true without having seen your tweets. Statistically, most people do tweet boring things. So therefore, that's my argument. You know what? Why am I not following you on Twitter? Because you're boring. There we go. Checkmate. Got you good. Ouch. Being hungry is relatable. No, the worst thing I've ever seen is I saw it's like, I genuinely saw a tweet that was, it had 100,000 likes. It was just someone going, who else has been really hungry this week? And it's like, what is wrong with you? You eat some food. You ever considered that's why you're hungry? You ever consider that maybe the reason you're hungry is because you haven't eaten? How is that relatable? Who is going, yeah, I got hungry and then I didn't eat food and I consider that it must be a really rare phenomenon. Wow, I can't believe you are hungry too. It's almost like human bodies. I don't know. So you've retweeted multiple of my comments on tweets multiple times. You know what? They were pity likes. If I liked your tweet, that means I actually dislike it. You know, there's no dislike button on Twitter. What's the closest word to like in the English language? Probably lick, right? But dislike. I'm using the like button as a proxy for a dislike button. Yeah, I'm sorry. We all gotta learn the truth sometime. Don't eat food, instead drink water. Yeah, my favorite tip if you want to eat less food is drink water. Water is so good for you. I remember this. Who else, huh? Yeah, I know, like, again, this is just me doing the whole thing where, like, I think about whether what I'm saying has any value for far too often. And probably to my own detriment. Like, if I'd have just tweeted out, hey guys, I am hungry right now. I want to drink some more Bucks Fizz. I will drink some more Bucks Fizz. I am placing torches in Minecraft. I would like my world to be lit up. So I am placing torches. I will place more. Here I have placed another torch. Should I place another torch yet? Yes, I shall. I have placed another torch. I am thirsty again. I will drink some more water. I am reading chat because I would like to see what the internet has to say about this. This makes you so interesting to listen to. Those are words that you said, and those words were vaguely complimentary, so I feel good. Thank you for those, Mother Russia. Please stop, lol, says Oscar. You are telling me to stop, but I would like to continue, and so I shall continue. That is how this is. Good day. Does anyone else, like, if you don't go to sleep for long enough, you get tired? Like, if you don't drink water long enough, you get thirsty? And, I remember a while ago you went to Tallinn, Estonia. That was quite a while ago. Yeah, that was so long ago. Okay, you know what? Let me tell the Tallinn story. Jesse, maybe this is your trick to get me to talk about Estonia. You're like, you know what? I can get Toy Cat to talk about it. Also, thank you, Black Plague Gaming, for being a Toy Cat simp and for being a cheap cat. Welcome to the channel. I remember this. Who else has breathed air today? That's what I meant to say. Wow, I breathed air today. Wait, do you guys respirate? Do you guys inhale oxygen and then exhale roughly carbon dioxide? This is so crazy. I can't believe other people are the same as me. This is insane. How is this? This is blowing my mind, guys. You're all blowing my mind real bad. Do y'all ever feel dizzy and then you contract a muscle and then you breathe? Wow, that happens to me all the time. Good for name. Anyone else just exist? Whoa, I was existing this morning, Chantal. Wow. Anyway, so, wow, I perspirated today. Oh no, you misunderstood me. I said respirated. You perspirated. Perspiration is a different form of respiration. Okay, so I'm gonna place some torches on this wall over here. Yeah, just because I need to place something there. So we'll place these every 6 blocks too. And that should be this entire area here lit up. Yeah, one there too, for good measure. Yeah, I went to Tallinn like 5 years ago now. One of the things I kind of miss, you know, I miss a lot of things. I miss when I use the bathroom and I have maybe had a beverage too many. But I also miss Black Plague Gaming. Thank you for the $1. You know what? Your name is fun, and your picture looks like it's a cat with the face blurred out, and I think that's cute too. Respiration is illegal in some states. See, I love that. That's so true. The thing about America being 50 states is it means that there are some things that are like so weirdly unique to each state. And I could actually believe like, oh yeah, there's a statute in the New Hampshire bylaws or the Vermont bylaws. They made breathing illegal, and so respiration not allowed in New Hampshire. Like I know this is the UK and not America. I learned a really fun fact today. I learned it 2 days ago because I was trying to look up, can you sleep in a pub? Like, is it legal to just take a nap in a public house, you know, a pub? Like, can you just go to sleep in there? Because I reckon if you slept in a Starbucks, you probably wouldn't be kicked out. Like, I reckon if you did it regularly and you were scaring clientele away, I reckon you'd be kicked out. But I reckon if you were just in there and people thought, oh wow, that's a business guy, he's been awake for too long, ha 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 ha, they'd be fine. So, also, Froggy Khan. This is the content I spend my days watching, and I love it. My name is pronounced Kun, by the way, because Japanese honorables. I feel really uncomfortable, like, having that clip of my things out there, but you know, thank you, Froggy Kun. The reason I'm doing Super Chats in the Streamlabs is because I have Google Play credits left, sorry. Do not feel sorry, for you are tipping me all the same. Even if I only get 70 cents of your Canadian dollar, Black Plague Gaming, that is still significantly more than the 0.2 cents from an ad or whatever. In Michigan, it's illegal for a wife to cut her hair without the husband's consent, says Sean Turner. Okay, you know what? Story time. Let me tell you why I'm in favor of that law. No, I never get shit. Like, here's the thing. Like, the thing about laws like that, it's I think it's illegal to testify against your... Like, you can't testify against your married partner anyway, right? So that's just a law that's there just to be quirky. Am I not mistaken? But, IBX Toy Cat in Canada, dueling is illegal. See, you know what? That's the nanny state gone wild. Can't even have a duel anymore without the government getting involved. Minecon 2015, pure cringe. Am I in the 2016 cringe compilation for Minecon? Am I? You can testify against them, they just can't make you. Oh, you're not. Yeah, you're not compelled to testify against them, but I guess if you wanted to, you could take your wife to court over the fact that she cut her hair without your permission. You know, thank God, Michigan. Thank God you understand the situation. So okay, let me tell you. Let me tell you about my female companion who I lived with and our haircutting story. I had a girl who was also a friend who also I lived with. It was actually during the course of this YouTube channel when I was just starting to grow. So there's still some videos where she shows up in the background. And I'm like, you know what, let's just hope no one finds those. But I had a girl who was also a friend. One of the things I really liked about her was she, you know, like, honestly, this is a thing that, like, I didn't think it was normal until I learned that it actually, like, you know, it's like everyone likes to see, like, you know, makeup, but you're like, why is makeup appealing? What is it about red lips? And it's like every part of makeup has, like, a logic as to why it is particularly appealing. You know, the long hair, it takes more effort, but it is more appealing to look at in some ways, some could argue. Also, hi, says Angus Wood. Hello, Angus Wood, how are you doing? And so I really liked this ex because she had not long hair, but like longer hair, like normal length hair, let's say. And that was something I was attracted to. And so you know, at some point she's like, oh, I would like to cut my hair and go crazy short. You know, like I want like a new age, you know, cut. I don't want to have long hair because something, you know, woman stuff. I want to have really short hair. And I was like, I'm not a big fan. That was how the conversation went. I was just like, you know, if you're asking, like, obviously I can't stop you, but like, of course I don't like it. And she's like, oh, of course I won't then. And then she asked me again, like, hey, I'm gonna cut my hair. What do you reckon? And I was like, you know, again, not my thing. not a fan. Can't be in favor of that. But you know, sure. And she's like, huh, okay, I won't then. And then just like a week later, she's like, oh, I cut the hair. Can't undo it now, huh? It's like, why did you? I didn't say you couldn't, but the fact that you said you didn't after multiple conversations where you were clearly trying to like get my approval. Why even bother? Why not just say I'm gonna do this regardless? And I could be like, well, that sucks, but now you're doing it. Rather than like pretending you're seeking approval when really the plan was to do it anyway, regardless. What if she asked you to grow your hair to your ankles? Toy Cat loves hair, confirmed. I don't think it's even loving hair. Like, it's just a, the logic is meant to be, like, hair is generally considered a attractive trait. And, welcome new wife. I think that the reason why, supposedly, is because the longer your hair is, the longer you, like, when you're unhealthy, your hair generally gets worse or falls out or whatever. The longer you are healthy, the longer your hair stays. What is, oh, it's being hit by a skeleton. Also, thank you both Eric, the goat guy, and RB for becoming channel members. Welcome to the club. Oh God, I'm just gonna fly in, I'm gonna do it this way. There we go. See, this is why I need to light up the world. Single skeletons, very annoying. But, and as a result, you know, like, the longer you've been healthy, like, someone says, oh, Toy Cat, you're Dominion cancer patients. I mean, I'm not, but, like, the logic applies, right? Because they are unwell and their hair falls out. The hair actually falls out because of chemo. It's not the cancer that makes your hair fall out, it's the trying to fight cancer. Because chemo is just, like, fighting cancer. Chemo is trying to kill the patient and hoping cancer dies before the patient does. But, yeah, anyway, with that said, I was just trying. Hair is attractive. Thank you, Pookie Hams. I'm glad I'm not alone when I say that. Hair is an attractive trait, or at the very least, to some people, it is an attractive trait. And so as a result, I was like, well, this is, you know, like, you don't just get to pretend like, oh yeah, I just did the thing. Oh, were you? I don't remember you saying you were against this. Like, why would you? Like, it was almost like, maybe you could call it being gaslit. The whole idea of like, oh yeah, you know what? You didn't want this, and I want to pretend that you wanted this, so I just kept asking till I got the answer I wanted, and then I didn't, and then I just pretended I didn't remember getting the answer that I didn't wanted. Checkmate.
My daughter peed in the potty. This calls for celebration. Hey, party face.
Congratulations, Pat Merriman. I've never had a child, nor have I ever toilet trained a child, but I imagine that's an accomplishment. Man, having children sounds like a lot of work. Sometimes I think, you know what, I want to have a child that I've already raised, but I definitely don't want to raise a child. And like the fact that it took all stream long for you to just get a child to pee in a bucket, it's like, oh, you know, I can pee in a bucket in like 10 seconds flat. Why do I have to spend like all day teaching a child? And then I think, you know what, you can just hire people to look after children for you. And then I think, you know what, that's the sort of thing that makes a child resent you and grow up to be Batman or something like that. So Cat, the word oxymoron is an oxymoron itself. Is it really? Doesn't oxy mean one and moron mean... You know, is it really an oxymoron? So Cat, are you sure you never had a child? This is one of my controversial opinions I think people hate. But I would love if I was the irresponsible person who could be like, oh yeah, might have a child out there somewhere. I'm 100% sure, literally 100% sure, there is no accidental child out there that is a result of me. Like, people who say they're not, it's like, man, how do you, that's not something, that involves a lot of, like, uncare. That's like just putting a bomb out there and being like, you know what, the bomb probably won't blow up my house. It's like, you should check up on that stuff. It's not that hard. Like, Facebook is, with the advent of Facebook, you can be pretty sure whether someone's had a child or not. That's because everyone knows Minecraft YouTubers don't have sex. There's a horrifically inappropriate thing I can follow that up with. But you know how Minecraft YouTubers do. You're right. You know, when you play Minecraft on YouTube, you give up all hopes of ever attaining a partner, and in exchange you get people yelling at you about not using their favorite texture pack. In exchange, you get people who go, "Oh, you just jumped on the trend, huh? It's not a real game." And even worse than that, you get the Java Bedrock war on almost every video you post. You might think that when you post this exciting new tip and trick regarding crossbows, that people will be enjoying it. But no, they're going to talk about how Bedrock is so much worse or better than Java, depending on which version they play. That is just your life. That is your life, then. Toycat, I don't even know what a TU is, says Jared Kinney Jr. You know what? Back in my day, we didn't know what title updates were either. And then they started existing. Have you seen the new Nether Portal glitch, Toycat, says Shadow is epic? I guess I have. Also, hello, I'm IBX, Toycat's son. Oh, my controller just ran out. I'm gonna drink a little bit of Bucksfizz and I'm gonna go replace it. I hate wine, but I love wine and orange juice. Such a good combination. Can I tell you about my biggest first world problem, Internet? Let me tell you about my biggest first world problem. And surprisingly, it's not the fact that I burnt a lobster roll by accident. Like, ugh, I had to scrape off the burn from that roll. You can adopt as a solution to not raising. Thank you for the solution. Where is the back of... There it is. Thank you very much for the solution. I love solutions, and I appreciate your solution. And one of the solutions is to have Ezra be my child. But the other solution is adopting a child, right? Oh, wait, no, wait. I want to tell you my biggest first world problem. Because I love orange juice and wine. I think orange juice and champagne might be better. But champagne's just sparkling wine, right? Like, in the EU, it has to come from the Champagne region of France. But, fun fact. Bet you didn't know that. Did you know that? Bet you didn't. You didn't know that? I'm pretty sure you didn't. I would be willing to bet that you did not, in fact. So, yeah, to go off that subject, I really love orange juice and champagne, or like orange juice and like some sort of sparkling thing. And so sometimes in my life, like I am fortunate enough that I've been in situations where people have offered me free alcohol, right? Yep, you all understand mimosas. So yeah, right, mimosa. Is that what mimosa is actually? Have I been just describing something without realizing that it's? I think that is what a mimosa is. But oh, you know, you just solved my problem right there. Yeah, mimosa. I can just ask for a mimosa. But I always have to ask, like, can I have some champagne? Yeah. Could I have some orange juice as well? And then when no one's looking, I'm just like, and I don't know why. Like, I should just be honest and be like, hey, can I have some orange juice with this champagne? But I always feel like you're meant to just drink champagne by itself. It tastes like garbage by itself. But I feel like that's what you're meant to do. It's like, you will drink this champagne and you will enjoy it, damn it. It's like, what if I don't, though? What if that's not a thing I would enjoy? And the world's answer to that is not my problem, but I think it is the world's problem. You should try Coke mixed with Jack Daniels. Any flavor, says Dan. I have tried that, and it's absolutely terrible. I have a friend who's really into it, so I've tried it several times. Like, Jack Daniels is just not a good drink. I'm sorry Jack Daniels lovers out there. I know it's America's biggest export or something like that. But it's terrible. Will you ever do a Drunk Update Adventures Let's Play episode? I'd love to see that. Probably not. I don't mind, like, having a couple drinks on stream. Like, doing the drunk streams is already a bit much for me. But, like, I know there are lots of people who don't want to see this, and if that's you, you can click out now and it'll be gone forever. Like, I don't want to... It's kind of like a consent thing, you know? Like, I believe that people should have the ability to not. And if you do something in a Let's Play, it's not forced on people, but it becomes like a part of the series that then people are like gonna discover without wanting to. Whereas if you want to find that original drunk stream, it's like unlisted and you have to like Google search how to find it. It's like you find that thing, you probably wanted to see that, you know? You are probably very well. Drunk streams are not good ideas. That's just going exactly right. I went to a wedding that had mimosa and a giant picture in the ceremony room, but they charged for alcohol in the reception room. I just kept leaving the room and filling up on free mimosas. It was great. Yeah, I used to think it was weird, the idea of like, because there's so many situations in life where there is access to both free and not free alcohol. But I genuinely do think a lot of people just prefer paying. Like, I think the smartest idea any pub could have is be like, your first drink of the night, whatever it is, 100% free. And then it's like, you know, like, oh, and actually, wait, first drink of the night has to be this thing we make that's kind of cheap. And then you can have like 5 drinks of it per person or something, even maybe. But it has to be from that same thing. After that, you can pay for something you'd enjoy. Because I think it's a good smart business model, like, get people drunk and then they'll give you money. It just goes without saying, I think. Hey, Cat, thank you for helping me through days of working from home with your videos. Here's some of the money I made while watching your videos. See, here's the thing, right? If I helped you work away the day while you listened to some of the words that I said out of my mouth, and then you give me some of that money, have you undone some of the effect of helping you out, you know? Because you know, by being able to get through your day more pleasantly, you were able to, you know, you could argue at least, you were able to work slightly better and you made that money. That was the reward you got. And you're splitting that reward with me. Is that removing the benefit for yourself, or is it sharing it? You know, you feel me? You don't feel me? It's dumb. Imagine OnlyFans, but instead we take it to drink, says someone without a name. Yeah, that's the thing we were talking about yesterday. We're like, it's a lot of YouTubers fall down the rabbit hole of charging, like, even if I charged $20 for me to take a shot or something, you know, I would make a huge profit on that. But then people would start to come here to watch me be an idiot and make a fool of myself, you know? Which sounds great, and, like, I don't mind doing it too much, sure. But then it's like, oh, now you can't make money without drinking, and you're tying your source of income to a activity that is actively harmful to you. You know, drinking is fun, but also harmful. In the same way, like, playing the lottery is bad for you, because, I mean, like, it's fun, but also it costs you $1 every time. And is $1 going to be too much? Maybe not. But is a lot more than $1 going to add up? Definitely so. This is 92. Let's place a bunch of torches along here. The amount of damage that, like, eating one... Like, so many people are like, oh, McDonald's is so bad for you. Eating McDonald's once, even, like, once a month, is not bad for you. Like, you're over-associating how bad it can be with that. In fact, McDonald's has gone a lot healthier over the last year. If you eat McDonald's 3 times a day without seriously looking at the dietary options and stuff, that is bad for you. Like, it's all about moderation, right? And anything is bad in a thing. But you don't want to, like... Moderation is something you can handle by yourself, I feel like. It's so much harder to handle moderation when you're getting paid to not be moderate. If I was getting paid for every McDonald's chicken nugget I ate, if someone said, I give you a week, and I give you an unlimited supply of chicken nuggets, for every chicken nugget you eat in that week, I'll give you $1. Do you know how many chicken nuggets I would eat? I would be, every meal, I'd be probably throwing up the chicken nuggets so I could eat more. If that was part of the deal, I'd be, you know, like, that's bad for you. Fun fact, bulimia is widely considered to be not good. I've had people confirm this to me privately. I went through some doctors. They said, yeah, you should keep the food that you eat in your stomach, because that's smart, you know. So yeah, fun fact. If you are incentivized to do bad things, you are more likely to do bad things. People don't commit crimes because, like, So many people genuinely have this thought that people go out of their way just to murder someone because they're bored. Like, you know what I'm gonna do this weekend? I could play Minecraft. I could make some YouTube video. Why don't I just kill a stranger on the street? So many people genuinely think if they go to the wrong part of town, they're gonna get murdered. No, people want to kill. People want to commit crimes against you for their economic advantage. They know that if they take your wallet, that your wallet has money in, they can use that money to buy chicken nuggets. People know. I would take the chicken nugget too, and honestly, I mean, you could. The thing is, you could take it, and then you could eat like 10 chicken nuggets a day and still make like $70 in a week. You know, like I think I would take the deal, but over the course of the week, I would eat like a dumb amount of chicken nuggets, way more than I'd eat if you just said, "Here's unlimited chicken nuggets, eat as many as you want." It doesn't bother me how much you do or don't eat. Chicken nuggets and Fanta for Xmas dinner. You know, that's the real Toy Cat dinner. Chicken nuggets and Fanta. I ate some chicken. Actually, no, I want some chicken nuggets now. You would have to exercise like crazy. Yeah, I think I would legitimately be like exercising all day, and then like having chicken nuggets all night. That's my legitimate plan. I should probably sleep soon, says Ezra Morgan. Or maybe you shouldn't. You ever consider that? I bet you don't consider that. No, yeah, you should get to sleep. If it's late where you live and you want to be in bed, you could watch the Toy Cat stream, or you could sleep. Those are your options. Which one do you want to choose? Anyway, so I've had a lot of fun today. I'm going to be honest with you. I enjoy live streams, but what I don't enjoy is pigs being trapped unfairly against their will. It's not very nice. It's not very fun. So what I recommend you do, if you enjoyed this live stream too, is subscribe with notifications turned on, because I'm doing one more stream before Christmas, and it's going to be tomorrow. Again, I want to say, but tomorrow's Thursday stream day. I don't want to leave people hung and dry. So tomorrow I'm going to be streaming one last time before, like, for at least 3 or 4 days. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming over the next week. Honestly, I don't even know where I'm going to be living in a couple weeks. There's a lot of things that are literally on hold in my life until things are decided at a level much higher than my Minecraft streams. But bulimia and alcoholism are bad. Exactly, Pat Merriman, you get it. Don't do bad things because bad things are bad. Do good things because good things are not bad. That's the Toy Cat message of the day. Do things that make the good things happen. Don't do the things that make the bad thing happen. And if you do that, the world might just be a better place. Or maybe it never gets a better place. Maybe we're all complex individuals with complex, interesting, rich stories as to how we get where we do. And maybe the ultimate reality is that it doesn't matter who you are. It just matters how much you smell. Thank you for watching. I hope you will enjoy this video, because if you did, I'll see you all tomorrow, where I'm probably going to be working on my map. Maybe. Potentially. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely not. Definitely so. Goodbye. Just kidding. Aha. Got you to leave. You leave just because the live stream's over? Wow, I'm so offended. You know, just because you thought it was over, it doesn't mean it's over. It's not over till it's over. Just always remember that. You have a good time. But no, yeah, hope you all enjoyed, because I'll see you all in another one. It's okay, what about rum and coke, says Dan. I like rum and, you know, honestly, you ever hear about people who drink rum and cokes, but they don't even put the rum in. Like, they just drink the mixer. Like, that's the most disgusting thing in the world to me. Like, people who just do that to themselves. It's like, ooh, you're just gonna have a Coke? What's the deal with that? Enjoy your Bucks Fizz. Yeah, I have to find the cork so I can put it back in the Bucks Fizz, actually. Wait, I'm gonna see where it ended. Oh, it ended up on the other side of my office. Okay, I'm gonna go find that. I'm gonna play ads for you while I go find my cork. My granddad says bye for now. I really like it personally. Because it's like, you know what? We'll be talking soon. We'll talk again. It's going to scar me whenever he dies, though. Because he'll have said bye for now. But I won't have realized it's actually bye forever. Oh, the cork won't fit back in. You can't just put a cork back in a bottle. Also, I didn't drink. In case you're like, oh, Toykat's so drunk. You can see I literally drank like this amount of 4% Bucks Fizz. Just in case you're curious. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a nice